Greetings. Welcome to this Friday the 13th episode of Extreme Ghost Hunters. I'm Mark EHK.
And I'm Mark Dan.
And today we're at a place in Drumnadrochit called the Hanging Tree. Now, it's called that for a very good reason. Now, you know the bit of history about this, Mark. What can you tell us about it?
This tree here is a Spanish chestnut tree, and it's probably been here for about 400 or 500 years. And the story is about in the 1600s, it was actually used, because they take about 50 years to 100 years to grow. In the 1600s, it was used for executions, for hanging.
So they actually hung people here?
They actually hung people on this limb.
Wow.
As you can just see at the top here.
Yeah.
And it goes to prove that, like, executions in Scotland were quite prolific.
Yeah.
I think the last hanging in a court, in a jail, was in the 1960s in Aberdeen.
Yep.
And the last sort of mass where people could spectate was in the late 1800s near Aberdeen as well. So there's been hangings all through the reign, and witches and stuff like that as well.
Yeah,
There's
absolutely.
A lot of witches.
Now, the tree itself is located outside a pub or a hotel called the Ben Lever. It's now closed and just lying dormant. So, you know, I'm sure there's definitely some spooky goings on in there. Because again, that place has a history. It was a, prisoners were held there while being condemned, weren't they? Or waiting on trial.
Yeah, they reckon in the Jacobite times in the 1700s, it was used. This manse, we can just sort of see it. It's sort of, if we just turn around behind us there, we can see that there was an old manse, an old place, and they use it like a court and also for holding prisoners,
right.
Jacobite soldiers and stuff.
Yep.
And it's also interesting that the Hanging Tree, there's also a brewery behind.
The Hanging Tree Brewery.
The Hanging Tree Brewery.
Now we're going to have a look at that later on in this episode, just to show you what it is and just tell you a little bit about it, because the beer's still being brewed, and it's being distributed around.
Fort William they are.
Yeah,
you can get it. We're actually in Drumnadrochit now, by Loch Ness, but you can actually get the Hanging Tree beer at round about Fort William in nice casks by the sounds of it. We're on a special day, aren't we, today?
Yep, exactly. Friday 13th.
Friday the 13th.
So let's see what we can find.
We're going to do an investigation and go for it.
Exactly.
Brilliant.
Yep.
Great. So we've got the normal Silas. We've got the bell.
And we've placed it in a very prominent position just at the foot of the tree here.
As you see, we're right underneath the Hanging Tree. So this would have been just where the feet have been dangling, right below. So, and we've also got the air pressure inside. That'll beep if anything in the atmosphere changes. So we'll do that. The bell, Silas, and the air pressure, all just underneath the Hanging Tree.
Okay, so we're about to conduct the first experiment with the dowsing rods, just underneath the Hanging Tree. So here we go. If there's any spirits or presence or energy around, which is relevant to this tree, make your presence known. It's pretty still, isn't it?
Yeah. Right, that's
here we go. We're getting some movement now.
Was this tree used for hanging? Was this actually used for hanging? Look at that.
Wow.
Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Look at that.
Wow.
That was actually...
Is there any spirit here that was executed at this tree, was hung at this tree?
Here we go.
Here we go.
I'll just move. Do you like us being here? Spin the rod. Do you like us being here?
This is a propeller.
That's going round again, isn't it?
Yes.
Pointing at each other. That's unusual,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yeah, they've never done that before.
Look at that.
They've never done that before.
That is pointing straight. That's weird, isn't it?
Yep.
That is right at each other.
Yep.
Okay.
No, they're on the move again.
They're
yep.
on the back. Okay. So you were hung here. Were you trialed? Did you have a trial in the manse, which is the Ben Lever, the hotel? Did you have a trial in there? Was it fair? Was it fair? It does not like it.
No. Were you unjustly hung? Well.
Let's have a look. Were you a male? Spin the rods if you were a male.
Oh yes, look at this.
And that's probably right, because most were males, weren't they? Which were, you know. Give us a rough idea we'll go through. Was it the 1700s? Spin the reel, spin the rods.
Or the time of the Jacobites.
The Jacobites, was it around that time? Was it the 1800s? Was it round about the 1800s you were hung here? Here we go.
Yep.
Probably the early 1800s. Here we go.
Wow, look at this. We're really getting some activity here.
Was that the early 1800s? So we know a male, early 1800s.
Mm.
Were you a soldier? Were you a soldier? Did you commit a bad crime? Did you commit something awful? Did you? Here we go.
Well, did they conduct regular executions here at this spot?
Pointing at me now. That's
yeah. Wow, they've never done that before.
Why are you pointing at me? Do you not like me? Do you not like me? Here we go.
Wow.
What don't you like?
Is there a bad energy to this place?
Is there a spirit that haunts the manse? Is there a ghost in the manse? Look at this. Look at that.
Yes.
Look at that.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yep.
Look at this. Look at this. I've heard that that place is haunted inside there.
Yeah, yeah.
It's shut down now, isn't it?
Yep. It's lying dormant. It's like something. It's like The Shining or something.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I think we'll leave this. We'll leave this here. Thank you. You've answered a lot of our questions that we never thought we would get.
Thank you for communicating with us.
Thank you very much. Brilliant.
Yep.
That was great, wasn't it?
Yeah.
From that, 1800s, early 1800s, and a male.
And just the way they pointed at each other, they've never done that before.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
That was cool. Yeah. So we're doing
We're doing the temperature now,
temperature now.
and we're sitting on 11.3 or 7 degrees.
11.6. We'll let it settle.
Yep.
But we're getting, 11 point. Now we're just going to have a little wander round. I'll have a wander round the tree. The tree is literally we're right underneath it here. So let's see if we get any difference in temperature right underneath. Literally, there is actually like a line where it looks like there was like a rope there. So let's just sort of see, just by where the dangling of the legs, you can see here, can we get a difference in temperature? Are we going to get any cold spots? Let's have a little wander around. We're right under the tree. You can see it's a really impressive tree. Absolutely impressive.
Looks like something from Evil Dead or something.
Yeah, from Evil Dead, something like that. This Spanish chestnut tree. And they live to be about 400, 500 years,
Well.
Even longer, some do. But we're just getting the same temperature. Let's actually just go onto it. We can just go onto the tree. 10.5. 10.4.
So there is a bit of a difference.
Little
There is
bit.
a bit of a decline.
Let's just go back under here, right under the tree. Okay, so we're just getting nothing dramatic, 10s, 11s. Okay, all right. So I've actually, here's the tree. We've got the compass, and the compass is pretty much fixed now. You can see I've just put it in actually on the tree, so it's pretty stationary. I'll just orientate it to north a little bit. Get it to north. There we go. Smack on north. Just orientate it, and let's just see whether
See if we get any movement.
if there's anyone here. Okay, move the compass. Put some energy in. Move the dial. Make it move. We've started putting it static now, Mark, haven't we? Because this is definitely not any of us moving it. If it does move, none of us will be moving it.
Exactly. I mean, the thing's stationary, so you know we're not touching it.
Yeah.
It's
So if anything does happen, if anything does come in onto it, it's actually something, not us. Okay. Is anyone here? You, the guy that was here earlier, you said from the early 1800s you were hung here. Can you move this needle? Can you make anything move? Okay, can you make Silas move the bell? Or can you make the air pressure beep inside? You've got that underneath the tree. Come on, let's see something. Okay. Alright, we're not getting a great deal on this, but
no.
That's what we're here for, just to investigate. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, you know, we're trying.
Again, we've got the most activity with the dowsing.
Yeah, yeah.
Is there anyone here? Are you that was hung at this tree?
Okay, so this is the hotel itself, the Ben Lever. It's closed down. It's lying dormant now. It closed down last November apparently, and apparently they're not going to do anything with it. It's just going to be turned into housing developments, which is a shame because this has just got so much potential. This place.
Yeah, it used to be a thriving hotel pub, and like I said, it's been open for hundreds of years. This is probably an old inn.
Oh, it's heritage listed, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's all listed, and like I said, it's a lovely spot. You can see.
It would be the perfect spot to turn into like a haunted house attraction.
Yeah.
Or, you know, just some sort of like, you know, haunted attraction that's...
Yeah. It's quite interesting as well. This is a Spanish chestnut tree, and you can actually see, I can just show you the chestnuts on the top. There's some, here we go, there's the chestnuts. Okay, so we're just going around the back.
Yep.
And as you can see, it's getting overgrown now.
Yeah, it's starting to look a bit, it's going into a, you know, a bit of disrepair.
Bit of a state now.
There's no regular upkeep with the maintenance.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's kind of like it's tucked away. It's tucked away in the village here. It's like it's kind of isolated, isn't it? It's,
oh yeah.
It's, you know, it's right at the end of a street which basically borders on Urquhart Woods.
Yeah, but this is the little brewery, and like I said, they're selling it at Fort William. But if you look at the logo, it's a great logo. Look at this, it's cool. Brewery. Here we go.
Yeah.
Look at that. Got the legs, and it's a hanging tree brewery. How cool's that?
You gotta love that, don't you?
Like I said, it's a small little micro brewery, and they're still doing a beer, even though the main hotel is shut.
Yeah, it's just they're just doing it in like cascades. It's not bottled or in cans or anything.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a shame, but you know, because we really wanted to have a bit of a toast at the end.
Yeah.
You know, with the hanging tree.
We'll have a toast to some sort of, especially Friday the 13th. I think we'll go back over to the tree.
Yep.
And let's have a little toast anyway.
Yep. Let's do it.
And let's do it.
Yep.
Great.
Yep. Okay, so how do you think we went at this ominous location.
I thought it went well, didn't it?
Yeah.
It's a bit of a. There's no documented evidence that it
Not
was.
much is known about it, is it?
No, it's pretty sort of a secret, sort of.
Yeah.
There's Craig Money, which is just we've gone over Craig Money before.
Yeah.
After Principal, up the top, I think they used to do executions there.
Yeah.
On the top in Drumnadrochit, but
Yeah.
it's a little bit of a mystery. This place, a little bit.
Oh
of
yeah, but I can just imagine it at the nighttime scenario too. It'll look very dark and foreboding.
Yeah, and we'll come
Just
back in the night again.
Oh, we will.
you know.
We'll do another one here.
We're doing more
nighttime,
at night.
yeah.
We're going to be all set up for that.
Yeah.
So we had, what was interesting, we got something, a man, 1800s.
Yep.
That'd be interesting if we could find something on
Yeah,
that.
the
but-
dowsing rods. There's no official history though of people being hung, but we did pick up something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. And there's also, like I said, that groove that's in that.
Yeah,
That limb.
vertical
Yeah.
groove,
You could
and that looks like it's been there for a long time. I
Yeah.
mean, just looking at it, I mean, it conjures up images of The Conjuring,
Yeah,
or
exactly.
something. Yeah,
You can honestly
Yeah.
imagine someone standing on a bit of a plinth or
Yep.
a bit of wood and being told, this is your time, any last words,
being read the last rites.
their last rites.
Yeah.
And then
Just
they
right here.
kick away the wood
Yep.
and they're dangling from there.
Yeah, and it was a slow death too. It wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah. Some people lasted quite a long time on
Oh,
that.
it
but
took
they-
up
and
to,
it's hung to your death.
up to 10 minutes. Yeah.
There's a great little story as well. It just reminded me. Next door, there's a graveyard and a church and a
Yeah.
graveyard. And have a guess what it's called? Kilmore. You can't make it up. They've got a graveyard
Kilmore.
called Kilmore
Next to the hanging tree.
next to Hanging Tree. So
There you
that's
have
good.
it.
So
But we didn't get any. The bell didn't ring. We didn't get any activity from from Silas or
yeah.
or the. We didn't get much from the temperature gauge, did we?
No, and the temperature gauge a great deal. The air,
Or the air
pressure.
pressure,
Air
no.
pressure. We have had a bit on that before, haven't we?
Yeah. Well, in the Knights Templar in St Ninians the
Yeah.
other week,
Yeah.
on our last episode, we got we got something there.
What we might have the slow mo. Got the slow mo stuff.
Well, we're yet to upload the video,
Yeah.
so we'll see if we're in for any surprises.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant.
Yep.
So we're just gonna get we'll get our stuff out of the bag and we'll have
Have a bit of a toast.
have a bit of a toast.
Yeah.
So we're even though the Hanging Tree we can't get a bit of the Hanging Tree beer, we'd like to, but it's like in Fort William, it's quite a way and it's only by draft. We've
So-
actually got, haven't we, Mark?
Spider Monkey.
Spider Monkey. This is by organic by the Black Isle Brewery. Thanks, Mark. And take
problems.
that.
Yep.
This is local beer. It's done on the Black Isle, and the Black Isle sounds ominous as it is, you know. And this is organic beer, IPA, and it's Spider Monkey, isn't it? So monkeys like climbing trees.
Spider Monkey's like scampering up trees.
And it's sort of a bit, you know, I know we're having a laugh about it and having a drink, but this would have been an ale house, wouldn't it? And
Yeah.
and lots of people in battles and things, they would have a cider and ale.
Oh yeah, they'd come here after a fierce battle, and
Yeah.
talk about their exploits and killings.
Yeah.
Over an ale and
Yeah.
in the Jacobite.
You always think of like the Dick Turpin and all
Yeah,
the
yeah.
and the highwaymen and having
Yeah.
a beer and all that sort of stuff. And
Yeah, and so and being Friday 13th, we thought we'd commemorate the occasion.
Yeah.
So on that note, thanks for watching. Happy Friday 13th.
Friday the 13th. Thank you for watching. Great.
Oh yeah, nailed it.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yep.
Excellent.
Yep, nailed it.